Hi, my name's Tracy, and today I want us to feel into a few of our warrior poses. So let's come back to our mats and open our legs wide, open our arms. This pose in yoga we refer to as star pose, and you can really do a lot of good practice here with your students. You'll be able to see if they tend to really try to hold their arms up with the shoulders around the neck. You can remind them to let go, to release the whole circumference of their collar. Now, when we come into our warrior poses, let's turn the left foot out and take our right heel back. Taking the right heel back is important because it will help us inner spiral up into the thigh bone, which sets the inner thigh back a little farther, and it'll help students not to pop this pelvis forward, which overstretches these front ligaments. So here we are. We're going to bend into the front knee and come down towards our warrior two. Now, it's very important for you as teachers to look at how their front knee aligns with the second and third metatarsal. You can have them lift the front heel and move their knee side to side so that they can line it up, so their kneecap, so that it points over their second and third metatarsal. If it's coming in towards the big toe side, they may need to widen their feet a little bit because they may have tightness in the pelvis that's pulling this knee in. So you would have them take that foot back towards the pinky toe side of their foot so they have a little more freedom across the pelvis this way. And then they may be able to get their knee open. It's really important that you find this alignment with them so they don't injure their meniscus. So then we rest into our warrior two. Now, here you can help students become aware of overusing their shoulders by having them lift their shoulders towards their ears and then release their shoulders down and lift the shoulders up and release the shoulders down. And one more time. And then invite them to rest their arms as if they were resting on water. As they turn their head to look out over the front arm, make sure that their shoulder isn't following them around. We stay open, hips and shoulders towards the long edge of the mat, just the head turns. And if it feels like their heads are forward, bring the back hand behind the head, index finger and thumb at the base of the skull, and gently lift. And rest your head back. Have them rest their heads back into their hand. Practice this, resting the head back, because forward head posture is a huge problem in the world today. People are just going so far forward with their heads first that we want to help them relax the head back into healthy alignment. So once you feel like they're getting that feeling, let them release the arm. Feel into the four corners of the feet. Make sure you're not collapsing into the back foot inner arch, which will collapse the knee and collapse at the inner, the lesser trochanter in the inner thigh. So we want to lift that, lift here, put pressure on the outside of the foot, and straighten up. Turn the front leg in and turn the right foot out. Take the left heel back and open your pose. Track this knee and make sure students' knees aren't forward of their ankle. So that knee is posed right up above their ankle. Palms release down, and maybe you let them play with their breath in this pose. They inhale, gather in the prana and draw it through the body. They inhale, invite them to breathe deep into the belly so they use their diaphragm. Standing poses help students to open their feet. They also help them ground into their practice. And one thing I really like to help students work on is being long from pelvic floor up through crown. A lot of students you'll see are way out here. So we try to draw them back. One way to do that is to say, okay, everybody lean forward, reach into the future, come back up. Now everybody lean back, reach into the past and come back up. Try to find the present moment. Align your spine up from the pelvis. Looking out over the front arm, we could also inhale the arm forward, exhale through the heart and twist. This is a way to keep them in the standing poses a little longer while they're focusing on something else, building strength in the lower body. opening the hips. And then you may come from your warrior pose. Make sure their feet are really grounded, four corners grounding, toes can lift, arches can lift, toes can relax. Turning the front palm up, inhale into your dancing warrior and let your arms rest into the pose. You'll see a lot of people over effort in this pose where they're pulling and pushing with their arm. They may be pushing down on their leg to try to lengthen. Try to have them soften. You can't see my back arm. Let the back arm just rest lightly on the back leg. And the front arm lifts and lengthens as long as that's okay in their shoulder. And then they relax both arm bones. They continue to lengthen through the crown, lifting vertebrae off vertebrae. And then they relax onto the four corners of their feet. And we let the breath pump the body. We don't have to pump it hard, but we feel how the inhale opens the whole circumference of the torso. How we can relax into the pose on the exhale. Fluid breath as you float back up and turn the front leg in. Now, turn the left foot out, take the right heel back, come back into your warrior two. Float up into your dancing warrior. Relax into your dancing warrior. Even the fingers can relax. This hand is really light on the back leg. And you can have them be up a little higher if it feels like too much strain for them. Or you can bring them lower so that the femur bone inside their leg comes towards parallel with the floor. This doesn't mean their leg will always be parallel because you have to think of all the muscle and fascial tissue that wrap the leg. And then they can come back to Vira 2, aligned in the present moment, and straighten the front leg, turn the foot in, step together, and bow down towards an Uttanasana. Now, as you come into Uttanasana, think of keeping your spine long, have your students bend their knees, and rest their belly right on their femur bones. Now, some students will stop here with hands on blocks. This will be as far as they can go. They'll be getting a stretch in the hamstrings, the buttocks, the low back. Some people will be able to release their hands and slowly lift the sit bones with their belly still on their femur bones. As soon as they begin to lift away like this, they're beginning to cause compression in the discs between the vertebrae. If the top of the sacrum is higher than their tailbone, they will be compressing discs, okay? The jelly filling of the donut of the discs in the lumbar will be pressing towards the back. So we come back into neutral lumbar curve, belly resting on the femurs, sit bones lifting, and we relax the upper body over the legs. You can have them cross their arms here and allow the arms to dangle down. The knees can stay soft. Nobody needs to straighten their legs if it doesn't feel good. We are stretching the hamstrings and the backs of the legs, stretching the buttocks, stretching the lumbar spine, stretching through traction of the head through the entire spine. If the arms are crossed, you may want to cross them the other way. Fluid, three-dimensional breath. And they can release their arms and look towards their feet and make sure they're balanced. They're not rolling out towards the pinky toe side. They're not on a totally flat foot because this can impact both knees and hips. They're really grounded in the big toe, pinky toe, inner heel, outer heel, lifting the toes, lifting the arches, relaxing the toes. And as you're ready, have them inhale and reach for the sky. And exhale, hands down through the heart. Have them rest back into your mountain pose. Balance between front of the foot and back, outside of the foot and inside of the foot. Let the hot air balloon lift them skyward. Let their shoulders release down. Breathe into the whole circumference of the lowest ribs. And we come back again and again to mountain pose. the landing place where we can be stable, strong, secure, where we remind students of their own strength, their inner stability, their ability to pause, to find calm, to relax even while standing. Okay, thank you. And we'll move on to some other poses next video.